Hey guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing something that I haven't done in probably several months, and that's a faves video. So I am doing my April faves. Ever since I got to Arizona, or more specifically, ever since I got to Tempe from Phoenix, it feels like all like the days and weeks just kind of blend together. I'm like, what happened in April? And if it wasn't for my bullet journal slash book of shadows slash diary, I'd have no idea what day I'm on. Wait, today is Thursday. Yes. Anyway, I have some goodies to share, so let's just dive right in. First goodies are shoes, actually. But wait, they're special. They're very special. I have showed these shoes off before, these boots actually. I showed them off during my live chat. I showed them off during my Tara Does Arizona vlog. But I mean, they were faves in April because we went to Tucson 3 times, because we were stocking Desert Cauldron, our new shop that opened on Beltane. And we're stocking Light of Riga shop, and so that's kind of like why we had to go 3 times. But anyway, one of those times was to get these freaking fantastic boots. So they actually have labradorite sewed into them, and they got an awesome little pocket. So these were created by El Montes Gato, which is an awesome little indie shop, and I got to meet the creator, the guy who makes these. He's Egyptian, he's really cool. So yeah, these were definitely a fave. Like you can literally just walk in your witch boots with labradorite just circling your legs. It's freaking awesome. So yeah, these were definitely a fave. And look at those clod hoppers, be doing some desert stomping in those, although I don't know if I want to go trudging through the mountains with them, but definitely trudging through the streets. Okay, the next one is another little pair of shoes that I actually got from a secondhand store because I love me some vintage. I love some thrift store shopping. I like to consider myself kind of like a, the queen when it comes to thrift store shopping. I can find some really good finds, or I can find things or fabric that I can turn into other things. So sometimes I'll see a dress. It doesn't fit me or anything, but I'm like, dude, the fabric on that dress would make a freaking awesome purse, So that's how I like to look at stuff, or I look at bracelets and earrings and things, how I can make charms and stuff out of them. But anyway, so I found these really cool 80s shoes, and I kind of had always wanted shoes like this when it was the 80s actually. And my parents wouldn't get me shoes like this because they were like, well, because I was a rough and tumble, jumping out of trees, trying to do wheelies on my bike kind of kid. And so what was the point in getting me white shoes? It was just get me some gray colored Nikes basically, or the LA Gears with the Velcro strap, which I thought it was pretty cool when I had those back in the day. But anyway, now I feel super cool in these. I feel like when I put them on, I just want to start dancing, and Footloose comes to mind. I don't know. So yeah, these were a fave. Always recommend secondhand. Another fave is not a clothing item or a shoe item or anything like that. It's actually a garment steamer, and you're like, wait, what? It was nice to find a handheld garment steamer. It's actually pretty cool. It's simple, you guys. You just put some water in here, you pull the trigger, and steam comes out. And it heats up pretty quickly. So if I have my clothes during my move, they've gotten really wrinkly, even my t-shirts and stuff. So I just hang them on a little hanger, just literally 1 minute later, all wrinkles gone. But what I really actually the real intended use for it was for my spread cloths, because they tend to get pretty wrinkly. And I know who cares if your spread cloth is wrinkly, but sometimes I take pictures on the Instagrams, and and when I'm doing my client videos, I don't want them really to see that I'm doing a reading on this rumpled cloth. I just shabbily put their reading together, which I didn't. I'm always doing everything it takes me a while to set up somebody's reading and really get into it. So I want that reflected on what people see, especially people who are paying, for my expertise and my reading skills. And so, yeah, I like to steam my spread cloths and my clothes and stuff like that. It works really well, even on the heavier garments, even jeans. So seriously, yes, even jeans. But yeah, this one is called Beauty Natural, and I got it on the Amazons. So yeah, if you're interested, it was pretty cheap, and I really like the blue color. Now, let's go into snacks because I am the queen of snacking. Yes, I am the queen of the thrift store and I am now also the queen of snacking. Actually, I'm the queen of both. I rule all. Anyway, I'm not one that likes to eat big meals. I kind of just like snacking throughout the day. I'd even like my bigger meals to be more like a bigger snack. But anyway, so a couple of snacks. One of those is not really a snack. It's candy, and it's Rainbow Nerds. And you're like, why Rainbow Nerds? Okay, I don't get these often. This is probably like last time I got Rainbow Nerds was probably several years ago. But I like to get the big box, not so I can eat it at once, but every once in a while, I know if you can tell there's like still some in here. But I just like to take like a hit of my Rainbow Nerds because back when I was a little kid and I used to spend my summers in the armpit of hell known as Ridgecrest, the desert. I love the desert, hence why I moved back to the desert. But I used to stay with my grandparents, and one of the treats that I used to get every time I went to Albertsons with my grandma was she would pick me up some Rainbow Nerds, or she'd get me like the strawberry Nerds or something like that. So every time I've eaten Nerds candy, I am immediately taken back to hanging with my grandparents in Ridgecrest. So this is like nostalgia memories for me. It's like, what did I say? It was like eating my grandparents, and I was like, well, no, I'm not actually eating my grandparents. That was phrased wrong. I was like, every time I eat it, the memory of my grandparents comes. Yes, I'm not eating the memory, nor am I eating my grandparents. But yes, Rainbow Nerds was a fave, but also this dark chocolate medley, and this is by Second Nature. Got it at the grocery store, but I like the Kilimanjaro mix, and it's by Prana. And so Kilimanjaro mix is delicious, but it's kind of expensive. Found this inexpensive, exact same stuff that's in the Kilimanjaro. So I'm like, we'll go for cheaper if it's exactly the same. So this is exactly the same. You can see it's got cashews and walnuts and almonds and dark chocolate, most of all. That's like the best part. But yeah, so you know, if you're looking for a little snacky snack and you got a sweet tooth and you like that dark chocolate, I suggest Second Nature. So what's her name? Sherrybug D, my moderator, was saying that I should definitely just like create a video that's devoted to nothing but snacks, or I should have a snack of the month or snack of the week. Like, I don't know, would you guys like that if I just made like, I mean, okay, legit, yes, I know this is a tarot channel and kittens and all things like metaphysical, but you know, witches eat snacks too. Like, would you guys be interested in like a snack of the week or a snack of the month? Like, maybe I could just, maybe I don't have to make a video. Maybe I could just post it to, what's that, like YouTube, like where you could just make posts and you don't have to make videos. Like, would you like it if I did something like that? Or I could put it on Instagrams for you guys, because I am a snacker. I would not run out of snacks for me to post. Just an idea. Then let's go into jewelry. So 3 of these pieces that I'm going to show you, they were gifts from my best friend in Belgium. Actually recently just got a little care package from her, and it was so special, and it came at such a wonderful time. You know, it's like, it's opening a box of love. I mean, she could have a totally empty box and it could just be like her little pink tissue paper and stuff that she puts in, her glitter, and that would be enough for me. But anyway, so she always finds like the coolest things. I'm like, girl, where do you even get these? So she got these giant earrings. They say doll on them. They're big hearts. You can see that they're massive. I have worn them before. Like, I didn't get them in April. I got them before then, but they're still a fave. I mean, okay, literally for Faves videos, things don't have to be brand new, by the way. They're just things that are your favorites during that month. So just a little FYI. So anyway, so I got these earrings from her. Whoops, and then I hooked my earring. And then she also got me these little donut earrings because I love donuts. Fresh baked donuts. You know, if I'm gonna have me some donut calories, they're gonna be fresh baked donuts. They're still gonna be kind of hot. All right. And then last, these like I saw her wearing these because we send each other like Viber messages, you know, like voice messages and videos and stuff like that. And I saw her wearing these earrings and I was like, oh my gosh, those are super cute. And then lo and behold, they showed up in my little care package, but they're little fairy wings or butterfly wings, and they literally just like Like, how cute is that? Ah, so Steph, my girl, thank you so much. Okay, and the last piece of jewelry actually came from Tucson. Got to meet the lovely woman that made these. She actually carved each of these little horses. So she carved these herself. She put this together herself. She's super cool. I actually showed a picture of her in my Tara Does Arizona vlog 2 vlogs ago. And yeah, she was really nice. Got to meet her daughter and everything. But this is definitely a fave. I love it. I love horses and everything. And being able to get something that's handmade, that's personal, you know, that somebody put their own energy and time and love into. I love that. And so that's why, like, with my own shop, that's why I like having a shop. I get to create stuff with my own hands. You know, when somebody buys something for me, it's like giving away like a little piece of me, like, here you go, take good care of it, you know? So I love that stuff. Okay, let's get into books then. My 2 books for April. One of them I finished up in April. The other I started in April, but I didn't quite get to finish. And so one of those is called Seasons in the Desert, A Naturalist Notebook by Susan J. Tweet. And this is really good. My stepmom lent me a few of her books, so she did remind me that I don't get to keep these, and nor am I allowed to reloan them out. Like, let's see. Okay, well, they're not in here, but she used to put like her little, like, basically the library thing, the little checkout form. She has that in some of her books, and she's got them like all set up like freaking Dewey Decimal System style. And so it's like, when she's lending you a book, she has her little checkout system, and then it's like, I'll expect that book back. So yeah, this one was really interesting. It's got a lot of the plants, insects, animals that are here in the different parts of Arizona, and kind of how each of them are supported by the other. So you can see how delicate the desert ecosystem is, you know, whether it's in the basin or the mountains or, you know, whatever it may be, and how, you know, even things that look dead or felled, like a felled cactus, like how important that is, you know, for certain ecosystems and everything. So definitely very interesting read if you are interested in Arizona. And then this one, well, these are all going to be Arizona because I'm just reading all the Arizona books for my stepmom. She's like, you're moving to Arizona? Great. I have a list of books for you. She's like, boop, 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 boop. So this one that I'm currently reading is called Blue Desert. It's by Charles Bowden. And this one is kind of a funky read, but cool. So this guy used to work for like a newspaper, but it's so weird, like he's writing about, by the way, he's a fabulous writer. Like he writes in such a way, I feel like I'm standing there with him and we're experiencing these things together. So it's like he's talking about what he's experiencing and like what he's seeing, and there's like a whole little story going on, cut to some weird thing that happened in reality in a part of like Phoenix or Tucson or, you know, some other part of Arizona or something. And it's like this weird juxtaposition of going back and forth between, I am in nature, look how beautiful it is. And then this dude told the cop that he got ripped off by his crack dealer. It's like, wait, what? What did I just read? So it's like going back and forth between kind of what's happening in parts of the city, but also surrounded by this magical beauty. It's just like, it's so weird. I mean, if you like weird jumping back and forth like that, you'll love this book. So let's get into crystally goodness. So you guys know that I went to Tucson, and I've already done like some Tucson videos. They were in my vlogs. I showed off a lot of pretty crystals, and I had to pick like which ones, like, of all the beautiful crystals that I got, like which ones were really like, you know, really calling to be worked with right now, you know, as in of April. And one of them is this Smoky Celestial, and it's got, well, it had epido in it, but it's kind of dissolved. And so if you use a little like magnifying glass, you could see that there's little teeny parts of epidose still in it, but for the most part it's gone. So it was taken over by the quartz, which I think is really cool. And there's just an interesting energy about this one that instantly makes me feel grounded. I feel like super connected to this one. I really feel the spirit energy that's in this one. Well, you can't really see through it in this light, but I can, because the light's like back there, and I'm just like, ooh, look at my crystal. But yeah, so this one was, it's a fave. I love all the things that I got, but this one is like my main fave right now. And then the other one is not really a crystal, and I keep it in here, and I use it for very specific things, hence why it has to stay in this little spread cloth that I have. It's my Kangling. And so I mentioned this before, his name's Malcolm. This actually is a human femur. From a long time ago, they don't like make these for real anymore. So this is pretty old, about 80 years old, and it came out of, India. So, it was used for certain ceremonies for certain reasons, but nowadays they're just made out of wood, and they're made to look like human bone, or it's just like leftover animal bone, but they don't do human bones anymore. So this one's very interesting. I got to meet the spirit in here, or of this leg bone, and he just has me call him Malcolm. I mean, that wasn't his real name, but so anyway, I've been working with Malcolm. This has been a fave, and it's been really helpful when I do my mediumship readings. Although I connect to spirit well already, there are some spirits where it's a lot harder for me to get information from them, but with the aid of Malcolm, he's able to bring them through a lot more effectively. So it's just easier for me to read it. It's easier for me to get the messages. So I think that's kind of cool. Malcolm helps out, but I do have to cleanse him quite a bit because he is filled with lots of interesting energy. Okay, the last thing is a garnierite sphere that I got, but I ended up turning it into a walking stick. So it's my very first walking stick, by the way. This is my awesome garnierite. And then what I did was I wrapped it in leather, and I have a seashell that's from San Diego, so like a homage to my hometown. But I also have some other lovely crystals on there. Like I got amethyst, I got Lemurian quartz. I have some aqua blue aura, I have garnet, I have citrine, aquamarine, and yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and I have Herkimer diamonds. Oh, and another little seashell from San Diego there. But yeah, there's a couple little Herkimers in there. But yeah, and then I put a little leather strap down here, and I basically just kind of hold it like this when I'm like walking. But yeah, I have a freaking like witchy staff, and I love it. So, but basically we just like walk around the complex with it. But you know what? I feel pretty pimpin' when I do. I feel very magical. I'm like, oh, watch out, I got a force field of garnierite around me. Finally, let's get into tarot decks. I haven't bought that many since I moved to Arizona, because just, finances and things like that, just trying to, kind of save up for a house and all of that. So the first one is actually a gift from my best friend. She had one of these in French, and she gave me the English version, and this is the Mystical Dream Tarot. I told her that I had my eyes on it, and she was like, oh, well, don't get it. Just let me show you something. And she like sent it to me. But this one, I don't think I would use it to read for others, just because you kind of have to meditate and really sit with each of the cards, like really for a while. I do see how the cards loosely connect with the Rider-Waite system. Rider-Waite-Smith system, but it's looking at it through the lens of a lot of metaphor and symbolism, and like I can kind of see the meaning of that system, but also there's a lot of extra going on because these are made from it's wood block, but it's from the actual dreams of the creator, which I thought was really interesting. So it's kind of an oracle, like loosely tarot, but more like an oracle, and I think it's really cool. I'm more just been, like I said, I think I'm just going to use this for personal readings, not so much client readings, but it's still a beautiful deck nonetheless. Okay, so this one I did buy myself, and it is the White Newman Tarot, but I bought it because of my best friend. So Steph has an influence on me. We enable each other. But this one's really cool. It's got like a really good card stock. In fact, I just did a review on this, so you guys can check it out if you're interested in like a full-on review. But look at those backs. And I took these out by the pool because they're so plasticky and so coated that I think it's okay if they got accidentally splashed. Like I wouldn't take these underwater or anything, but like if they got accidentally splashed, as you could probably hear, there's some splashing going on the pool. Like my bedroom window faces the pool here, so I think there was somebody giving their kid like swim lessons or something like that. I think that's what all that splashing is going on. Hopefully they're not drowning. Anyway, but yeah, this is a great deck. I love the art and all the colors and everything. So yes, the White Newman Tarot. Oop, let's just put these back like this. Alrighty, and then we have a deck that was a gift. This came from my friend Susie Gemini, and she gifted me her Tarot of the Moon Garden, which had been on my wish list for several years actually, but I just never bought it for myself. And now I'm all about this deck. Now that I have it, and I'm just like, those are the backs by the way, it's so colorful, it's so like mystical, fairy, in the forest, like whimsy, but still very straightforward. Like, I don't know, I just really like it. So you guys have probably seen me post a lot of these like card images on Instagram, you know, for my cards of the day. But I've really been loving it. And so these ones that I'm showing you are ones that I worked with most in April, so hence why they're my April faves. Okay, and this very last one kind of came in at the very tail end of April, but it's gonna be a May fave too. It's gonna probably be it's up there with my Star Power Tarot, because my Star Power Tarot is my soul deck. Like when I need like a go-to deck, that's my go-to deck. This is like, it's like right up there, you know. So this is the backs. And this one is created by Lindsay D. Williams. I actually just did a review of this one, but you won't see the review till Sunday. But check out the colors and the aliens, and it's in the desert, and this is the Desert Illuminations Tarot. So it's like, love this one so much. So it's replaced the wands with chilies, it's replaced the pentacles with cactus, it's replaced the swords with daggers, and the cups are jugs. So you can see there's a bit of pop culture in here, there's a lot of silliness in here, a lot of color, a lot of desert, a lot of awesome. That devil just cracks me up. But yeah, lots of good stuff happening in this deck, and yeah, it's gonna probably be a fave for quite some time. But yeah, all right, you guys, that was everything in my April 2021 faves. How many of you guys are still writing 2020, 2019, or 1996 when they're writing out things? Maybe it's just me. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of May. I hope you had a fabulous Beltane if you follow the wheel of the year, or that you just had a fabulous start to May. We're getting this much closer to June, getting close to summer, getting close to my birthday next month. I'm gonna be the big 4-0, people. I'm super stoked about that. I am gonna be dyeing my hair tonight, and I promised you guys I would keep out my rogue white streak, because I do have my white streak going on. So I'm gonna let that grow out, but I'm gonna dye the rest of my hair back to my natural hair color. But yeah, we're gonna go rogue style. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys had fun. Remember, when I do these like little like faves videos, it's just so that we can have a little bit of fun. Some people, you know, we're just curious. We like to see kind of like stuff that people have. Maybe some of the stuff here you can kind of see like, oh, that's like an idea of something like I already have, or that was something I was looking for, or, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I'm also just curious. I just like to see what people have, not so that I can go on a spending spree, but it's more like one of those like, ooh, what's in your house, you know? But anyway, I will catch you spiritual homies later. If you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading for me, head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. I have a lot of different readings over there. I also have my salves that I make. A lot of people really like my Goddess of the Rose beauty salve, so you might want to go check that out. But I also have my other shop that I opened up with James over at Light of Riga. So check out our shop, Desert Cauldron, if you're interested in witchy tools like athames, handmade athames actually, made out of obsidian and crystals and herbs and teas, handmade by me. Lots of other goodies, definitely check it out. And a lot of people are enjoying my Mayan astrological messages over on Instagram. So if you're interested in Mayan astrology, then you can check out my Leon Mystery School. So I am one of the teachers. I teach Mayan astrology, although the other teachers, of course, have their own subjects. But that's it for me, spiritual homies. Everything else about me is down below, like Patreon and all that good stuff and newsletters. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.